Now we're going to work on his clothing. This is his war shirt, and it's that leather sheet. You got a whole piece of leather in there, and I'm folding it a little short in the back because you won't see it. But if you're doing a pedestal piece, you'll want that piece to be pretty even going front to back. And what I'm doing here is I've folded it in half and I'm making a neck hole. That's where his head's going to go through. And that short part will be in the back of the starter cast, back where I made that plate, mounting plate. I'm going to loosen it up from my backboard just a little bit here, just to slip that over his head and be able to fold that short piece down behind his back. This is a kind of an arm where the arm's going to be, and I'm trying to fit this to him. You may want to use a different sheet of paper to work a template up. I've done this a lot of times, and if you've never done this, see right here, I'm doing a little correction. But after I got it the shape I want it, then I'll wet it on both sides. That leather sheet needs to soak in that bonding agent or water or both. Sometimes I just use both to hydrate the paper, and then I can slip it over his head. And it may tear a little bit. That's not going to bother me because I can fix it. I just want to get it over his head and place where I want it, and work it underneath. Fold it under that loosened bust that's on the backboard there, the sculpture stand. Form that paper around there while it's wet, and trim off any excess that you don't want. And if you trim off too much, you can always just add a little to it on top. Most of this is going to be covered anyway. It's just his the bottom of his detail. It's going to cover on top. So there's a little more. Figure out. Okay. May want to trim that a little bit too. Form it to that bottom of the bust cast there. That's looking pretty good. I'm going to let this dry, kind of work it in with my fingers, get it in place. As soon as I get the sleeves on, I'm going to let this dry a little bit, and we'll work on cutting the hair and the fringe, and I have to make some feathers. That won't take too long, but we want this shirt to dry a little bit before we go back working on it. So any pieces that need to be covered, I'll do that right now. I can use soft paper, or I can use my leather paper. It really doesn't matter much. It's going to work in, and like I said, it's not going to be very much of this part that even shows. It's just going to hold all the detail that goes on top of it, and there'll be a shirt there. So I just cut some sheets to go around the top of the arms, fold it in, make it look like a shirt, and do my adjustments and cover any holes. There's a little cut there on the bottom of that right sleeve on him, and I'll cover that too. Bring it out a little bit from underneath. And it'll kind of stick to that cast under there, but if you don't want it to, then you bring your burnisher up underneath and bring it out. That leather paper is a little stronger than the soft paper. It can take a lot more water and bonding agent. Use my brush, pull it out. Now I'm going to cover that little slice there. All right.
Now I'll dry it.